Right, mate, Slimy here, and welcome back to some more Alpha Minecraft. Now, I will have to admit that this is kind of a read-up, and the reason why this one's kind of a read-up is because there was just some really weird microphone problems that I was having with this one that I didn't realise until, after I'd finished the recording. Anyway, there's just something quickly that I have to do here, is that even though I made this comment wall as kind of a bit of a joke, I did actually receive a comment from someone called Ghostfo or Ghostfo or something. And they were talking about, they saw the title of the last video and thought it was about Herobrine. So shout outs to them for leaving another comment. Kind of funny, I put that comment wall as a bit of a joke and I'm actually now receiving actual comments. Anyway, so this microphone issue, I'm not entirely too sure what's causing it, but I kind of have an idea. So, I wear a headset, and I've also got a microphone on a stand that's like directly in between my two screens. And I believe what's happening is I normally have my headset over, like coming from the back of my computer, around the right hand side. And I think it's overlapping with the microphone. And anytime I'm moving my head too much, it's actually resulting in the microphone, essentially the lead from the headphone, pulling against the microphone, and it's creating a lot of sound. And I'm noticing as well that it makes these sounds mostly whenever the headphone wire is actually coiled. So I think it's also when the headphones is actually like getting caught on the corner of my computer and pulling. So just as a bit of a test there, I've actually, this time, I know there's another video that I've actually recorded because I've got like 3 other videos already recorded, but pre-recorded anyway. And essentially, I might have to dub that one as well, so I'll see what the audio quality is like on that one. But it's one of them things where I only find out after I've recorded these, and it really annoys me because the way I like to edit these videos is I like to, obviously play through and record all these and that kind of stuff, and then like show off the like what I've done and that. Now, the way that I record these will not like show off what I've done. I'm just completely watch back what I've done. That's it, and then edit based on what I say. That's why. That's how I make me jokes basically. Like, take for example, in the last episode, the Sonic the Hedgehog one, there was the joke about Knuckles throwing a rock at Sonic. And essentially the way that I do it is I say stuff in these videos, then I watch these back. And watching them back kind of allows me to see like if there's any moments that I say something, particularly funny or something like that. And then I kind of just think of stuff on the fly as I'm watching to edit in. Sometimes like some of the edits I have actually come into my mind while I'm recording. And if I edit like 20 minutes later, which is sometimes the case, really depends. Sometimes, like, take for example, these were recorded 2 days ago. And these won't be going up for another 2 days. So there's like a 4-day gap between when I actually recorded this footage and when I actually am uploading this. Now, essentially, because this is pre-recorded, it means that I am gonna have to well, I'm not really gonna be like joking around or anything. This is gonna be a relatively tame episode in terms of like wacky edits, which is a shame because that's part of the fun of editing. That's why you tend to. There's actually something really weird that I notice. Off the top of my head, the audio demon phenomena, which is something that's been happening in both me Sonic and me Final Fantasy Let's Plays, has only been happening whenever I've been using my capture card. And it's never really happened when I've been recording, Minecraft, which is directly on PC. And like I said about the microphone tugging and that only happens when I'm recording on PC. Because I wear a headset when I'm recording on PC. So I know it's something definitely to do with the headset. And I mean, not only is there the sound of the microphone like pulling against the computer, the headset pulling against the computer, the headset bumping into the microphone. Sometimes the literal sound of it gritting against the microphone wire, because it's not a smooth wire. It's got a slight texture to it, like a slight fabric thing over it. And in the last time we recorded this video, so whenever we was recording it like directly I was playing and that, there was a point where I pulled in such a way it legitimately sounded like a heartbeat, and I thought, considering that the last episode I was talking about like spooky stuff in Minecraft and that, I don't want to be jump scaring people. So anyway, I want to figure out like a good solution to these problems, and to be honest, one thing I wouldn't mind having would actually be a wireless headset, because then I wouldn't be having problems with like a microphone bumping into the headset and that. Hopefully I won't be having these issues with this new configuration that I've got, aka just swapping the wire around to the other side of the PC. But I did at one point actually have a wireless headset, and it got broken in a really stupid way. Now, my bedroom gets unusually warm. Like, take for example, the downstairs of the house is usually the coolest rooms in the house, and then upstairs is a lot warmer because obviously like heat rises and that. But for some reason, even when I have my windows open and the fans on and everything, to keep my room cool and that, my bedroom is abnormally warm. I don't know, my bedroom's weird because like there was once a time whenever water just formed on the wall at one point. We can't figure out why that happened. And then there was another time where the pressure in my bedroom increased significantly. And whenever I say significantly, I mean like, take for example, I walked out of my room to go get something, and then walked back into my room, and it genuinely felt like someone had dropped like a blanket on top of my head. Like a big thick blanket on top of my head. And I couldn't figure out why it I was thinking about the zombie sounds then, why it felt like that. Turned around and I got my parents coming in and they felt it as well, so that was just a bit weird. I don't know, it seems like just like weird stuff seems to follow me. But anyway, it was very warm in my room at that point in time. And I had my windows open. It must have been about, what was it now? About 9 o'clock at night or something. Now, the wireless headphones that I had brilliant range on them. Whenever I say brilliant range, I'm talking about I could put music on my PC, throw on these headphones, and walk around the full house and still be listening to what I was listening to on my headphones. So I could walk downstairs, go into the kitchen, get myself like food and drink and come back. And whenever I actually did that, I'd still be listening to what I was listening to with like literally no interference whatsoever. And on this particular night, I went downstairs, got myself a drink, put the I think it was a bag of crisps or something that I got, put that down on the side cabinet that I've got all my computer stuff on. And I then got up to, I think, go to the toilet, still wearing the headphones, came back, walked into my room, and as I walked into my room, a crane fly had flew into my room and landed on my forehead. Now, I'm weird whenever it comes to bugs, because a lot of bugs just don't really bother me. So, like, sometimes like bugs will just like, I've had bugs land on my head and crawl around, stuff like that. It's like once whenever I was at a field watching my cousin do like this horse thing. I think it's like a horse show thing, because some of my cousins raise horses. and a few of the family members were invited to go watch the horses and that. And what ends up happening is literally, I think my dad turns around and says to me, "Oh, stay still a minute," and then he just slaps me on the top of the head. I thought, what was that? He said, "Oh, two flies were fighting on the top of your head." Like, legitimately fighting. And I thought, what? Whenever he pulled his hand off and there was two dead flies on it, I thought, what was going on there? But yeah, this crane fly had landed on my head, and because I'm one of the people who, like, I don't really mind bugs. The only thing that, like, really bothers me in terms of, like, bugs and, like, spiders, don't like spiders, but sometimes I've had, like, stuff like, I've had, obviously, crane fly land on my forehead, I've had a moth land on my shirt, I think there's been a time a wasp has landed on there, so I've had just, like, several instances of just insects just, like, landed on me. It's never really bothered me. Anyway, this crane fly lands on me, and it's on my forehead, but it's like on my eyebrow. And because you've got them like long spindly legs and that, it only goes and puts its foot directly into my pupil, right? And I don't know if you know this, and this is something stupid I found out in my childhood, but the whites of your eyes, you can actually touch them with, like, no pain or anything. And it's something that I have demonstrated to people before to freak them out. But anyway, the pupils of my eyes, I found out that if I touch them, I instinctively, like, blink and pull my head back. Anyway, this crane fly sticks its foot directly into the pupil of my eye. And my instinct is to flinch because I had, you know, something jammed into my eye unexpectedly. But I yanked my head back with such, you know, a specific way that the headphones, which were already tilted forward on my head slightly, fell off and hit the floor. And they broke the one side of the headphones, so I could only use, you know, the other side. And I thought, once headphones break on one side, they're kind of useless. I mean, even if that other side still works, like, perfectly fine, it is kind of, you know, pointless because, well, you need that, like, dual audio thingy going on. Anyway, I've been rambling so much about headphones now that it took 12 minutes and I didn't even explain that I went into that cave to see what was in there. Like I said, right now there is only really 3 items I'm looking for at this point in the series before, like, consider, you know, continuing to the next update. And that is the block of diamonds. So obviously I've got to get a few diamonds for that. I have 7 right now. And obviously I need 2 more for that. But I also need 5 diamonds in general because the other block that I need is obsidian. And then the other thing that I need is just a brown mushroom. Because other than that, we have got basically every other block in this update. And I would like, you know, to have the next set of blocks in that. So I went into that cave to hopefully, you know, get some, like, more resources and that. Anyway, so I've rambled so much about the headphones and that, and I may as well actually talk about something that I did address in the original recording of this video, which was Herobrine. Now, Gostvo left a comment. I hope I'm pronouncing the name right. Tell me in the comments if you're still watching, or if you even are watching, if I'm pronouncing your name right or whatever. But Herobrine is a interesting topic, really, because I've been playing this game now since 2010, I believe, when one of my friends got me into Minecraft. And I never really fell for any of the Herobrine stuff. It was one of the things that I looked at it, and even though I was still a kid at the time, I just kind of thought this is all like made up stuff, you know, for the sake of, like, scaring people and that. And to be honest, the original Herobrine myth, whenever I actually read it, it didn't even like creep me out or anything. Herobrine kind of just felt like, gave off like panicked animal vibes, because the guy would look at him and then Herobrine would like run away in that. But it never really like I acknowledged the idea of Herobrine, but it never really like captured me in the way that it captured most people. I know there was a whole live stream that was set up about Herobrine sightings, and that live stream went missing for how long was it now? I think it was like 9 years or something. But yeah, it went missing for that length of time, and then I think, who was it now? Someone who was who does all videos on like Lost Media and that, did a video on it, and then literally the following day it was just discovered it was already up on YouTube, just on some small channel, and nobody had bothered to search for it. So a lost live stream was never actually lost in the long run. But yeah, Herobrine was never really something that, you know, captured my attention. And I know a lot of people in the Minecraft community have like a big, almost respect for the idea in a way. Which I find really strange, to be honest, because it really is just two different pixels. But there is another aspect that I really hate about the Herobrine thing, is almost this level of power scaling people do. Now, to be honest, I absolutely hate the concept of power scaling, because people will just make stuff up and then they'll act like if they're the authority on it. It's like, take for example, I once heard someone say that Ash Ketchum was mountain level without Pokemon. So they're saying that Ash Ketchum can one punch man an entire mountain down. Shut up. Sorry, even in the a dubbing of a video, I have to tell the cave noises to shut up. It's just funny. But yeah, there was that, and then there was also one where I saw people power scaling characters from Tekken, and they said, "Oh, Asuka is mountain level because it scales off of Lily," and then they said Lily is mountain level because she scales off of Asuka, and then provide no evidence of that either of them have actually done that. And essentially, it annoys me because people just make stuff up and then act like if it is the truth. And in a way, power scalers and shippers are the same kind of stupid crap, just from a different angle. It's like I said on, I think it was the Spore server that I discussed power scalers the other day, because we were arguing about who's the bigger idiot, power scalers or shippers. I turned around and said the big difference with power scalers and shippers is just down to 2 letters. I said power scalers are all about who can kill who, with complete disregard for canon and literally everything. And shippers are all about who can kiss who. I hate when creepers do that. It annoys me, like, whenever they just detonate, like, 20 feet away for no reason, just destroy the natural landscape, and then you get jumped by a spider. Like that. But yeah, shippers are, again, they're just all about like who can kiss who, and it's, again, complete disregard for canon. And to be honest, I don't like shippers and I don't like power scalers, because a lot of them just completely ignore the point of literally everything that they completely disregard everything about both the character and the setting that they're talking about. So it's one of them things that I'd rather just have people not do around me. But yeah, Herobrine's just an idea that's, not really something that super captured me. But the idea of like a cryptid of sorts existing in Minecraft and just being something that when you approach runs away and sometimes it'll lose something else in your world, I actually don't mind that as an idea. I actually wouldn't mind there just being some weird cryptid in Minecraft that just like messed around but didn't actually interact with you. Because I think it would make for like fun, like Bigfoot-esque type sightings in a way. I hate having to construct landscape like this because it looks so ugly afterwards. Anyway, I'm going to put a few torches up here just because I feel like doing it. But yeah, what I might actually do, this is something else I did say in the original recording of this, was build one of them, the Herobrine altars, just because it is a very classic Minecraft thing in a way. And also that thing that I said about, what was it, the future that never was, that I named in the last episode. I might actually make a glowstone portal and pour some water in it, just to like kind of another classic Minecraft alpha idea of the ether, and then just have the Herobrine altar and the ether thing is almost like art installations in the world. Because I haven't really built too much in this world. I've started the lighthouse, and I've also started the little, I don't even know what to call it, but I know at the end of this episode, foreshadowing, I do actually start work on something else that takes the majority of the next episode. But essentially, I am thinking about building a few things in this world. I also think about the pixel art thing, because there's pixel art that I'm considering doing, and I think I looked at that and said, like, that's a nice cliff, that. Because I like cliffs like that, but I'm also going to be doing pixel art in this world, and the idea that I had was every series that I've completed, on like every Let's Play I've done, I'll actually be doing pixel art for it. And we've got a sheep that seems to have phased into a tree. I don't know how it's done that, but whatever. But yeah, I am thinking about doing pixel art for this world, because pixel art is another very like classic Minecraft type thing. It would feel wrong to have a Minecraft world that doesn't have some degree of pixel art in it. I mean, even when you think about it, the little creeper faces with lava that people sometimes do. I think Etho was the one that popularised it, but yeah, the creeper face with lava is a very Minecraft thing. If you're wondering what I was doing then, whenever I looked over at that like plateau and started like shaking my head side to side, I was gonna say I actually like that place. I like the look of that place, how flat it is and that. Then I actually realised, like right now, I realised, crap, that's actually the thing that's like facing my house. And I think to myself, I might actually move in there. And spoiler alert, for the next 2 minutes, I actually very much start that idea. And I know as of the next episode, I actually plan on like digging this out and start decorating to some degree. And whenever I say start decorating, I say like the bare minimum. But this is going to be the start of the house. The little Yoda hovel in the wall or whatever it is just going to be a temporary thing. And as of editing now, I have already moved out and moved into this. So this little indentation in the wall is, as of right now, as of redubbing this, an actual house. So it's more or less the end of the episode now. So pretty much I've done everything that I wanted to do. I checked out that little cave, and I'm going to be ending this off. I have left the mushroom up in that little ledge. So if you have in fact liked this video, don't forget to comment, like, rate and subscribe. Don't know why I say rate, because that's not really a feature anymore. and I will be seeing you guys next time. Bye!